Hello everybody, how you doing? My name is Lord PeteyTV, and I am here because I wanted to once again tell you all about this week's new affixes. Now, there are four affixes this week. They are Tyrannical, Raging, Volcanic, Shrouded. So we're gonna go off by the normal affixes and what they do. Um, Tyrannical, the bosses have 30% more HP. They deal 15% more damage. You're gonna have your what's it called your raging, which means once the mobs get to a low health, they start raging, which causes them to inflict more damage. Which is non-boss enemies. They enrage at 30% health, and they deal 75% increased damage until they are dead or dispelled. And then Volcanic. So Volcanic is the one that there's a little like rumbling underneath your feet, and it's going to end up knocking you into the air. And it's going to cause some damage. It's also going to stop you from casting and things like that. So just just a couple. We're just going to take a couple things. We're just going to overall talk about it. Oh, and obviously Shrouded. You all know about it. It's the mobs. You end up killing them, and then you end up getting the percentage buff for the bounties. So anyway, so obviously this is not a pretty week. Now, at first glance, everyone is going to think, oh, this is pretty easy. It's just Raging on Volcanic. Now, my personal opinion, I don't think this is an easy week. I think that the way that things are going to kind of matriculate are, you have your Tyrannical, which is going to cause your bosses to have a lot of HP. A lot of HP means it's going to take more DPS to take them down, and they're going to hit harder. So you're going to have to, for instance, in Workshop, those spinning discs, if they're doing only 25k damage, they're going to do a lot more than that. So we really need to keep an eye on what is going on. And that is really going to slow the progress through your dungeon speed. Now, the next thing is Raging. So Raging is going to be slowing down your progression with your mobs that you're going to be killing in your groups. Now, those groups and those mobs are, for Raging, are going to, how should I word it? When you end up DPSing a mob, killing them, or getting them low health, they start to get, the enraging buff over their head. You're going to have to take a GCD to take that off, which is going to be either your tranks or your soothes. I'm pretty sure dispels don't work. Don't quote me on that because I don't know 100%. But purges I think too also. But then you're gonna have to slow your DPS while doing that, which is gonna cause the mobs to take longer to die. Which is gonna take you're not gonna be able to do larger pulls. Now raging, because you can't do larger pulls, like when you're going into streets right now, you can pretty much pull the first three group, and then after that you pull a four group, and then after that most people pull that five group. With the things that have been going on lately, what I've been seeing is people have been pulling that five group when the first four group isn't fully dead yet. And with raging, you really can't do that, because once your mobs are going to get stronger, they're going to hit harder, which means those spinning bars that they end up dropping are going to do hell of a lot more damage. So you really can't do large pulls like that. So that's going to slow you down. Now, Volcanic is going to be your, the next thing that you're going to want to keep an eye out for. It really only affects your ranged classes. Now, if you end up being melee class this week, you almost have a little bit of a benefit to not dealing with Volcanic. Well, last week you had to deal with the melee, had to deal with storming. Now it's range's turn to deal with volcanic. For me, I say peace out range, and I'm gonna go melee this week, and I'm gonna be running survival. So that's my plan. Now, volcanic, what ends up happening is you get a little earthquake underneath your feet, explodes, and you shout up in the air. There are people the people that are going to have the most problem with that is going to be your casters. It's going to be your what's it called, your boomkins. How many times can I tell you that I've convoked and then ended up having what's it called, that ended up happening. So it was like getting hit with volcanic, shot in the air, you take damage, you lose your convoke, and it's like, god damn you. So there's lots of things that are going on there, but all in all, it's not too bad. Now the next week, I'm sorry, the next thing is shrouded. We've been dealing with that all week, you know, this being, I think, week 4. So week 4, I think it's week 4. It's either week 4, week 3, or week 4. I gotta look it up. But we're kind of accustomed to it, so we kind of know where they are, how they operate, how to not double pull, how to properly pull. For instance, like you can pull the double pull right underneath the stairs of Grimrail. So people are starting to learn how to deal with the shrouded affix, what not to double pull, what to extra pull, which is good. And the thing that's really nice is that raging isn't going to be affected by them, even though they are not regular mobs. So yeah, so that's that. Okay, so something I wanted to kind of talk about right now is the ideal classes for this week are going to be, so like, you know, you're going to have your regular overpowered classes, but even more so, you're going to have your survival hunters, because they are melee. Excuse me. So they don't deal with volcanic. You have their tranks, which so they can dispel the raging. Feral druids, which are going to be able to miss the volcanic, but are going to be able to soothe the raging. So your guardian druids are going to be kind of, you know, in a good place because they can help soothe. So there's a couple, like, you know, there's a couple of those kinds of classes which are going to be really beneficial. Enhancement shamans, you know, they're going to be helpful too this week. So those classes are going to probably be picked up more than others. I think that this week is, I'm going to say, harder than last, but it is still not the hardest week this season. I think next week is going to be harder. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to go with it, where they're going to go, and kind of see where they're going to go with that. Yeah, so trying to think of if there's anything else I wanted to kind of pull upon a point here. When you're putting your, like, when you're putting your trinkets together and your, like, your group together, you know, you're going to want to start thinking more of, you know, what are you going to pick? So I would recommend picking like one class which is really, really beneficial for single target, and then the rest of them are going to be better for your AoE. Oh, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really want to talk to you all about. So I'm just gonna rattle off the ending information for everybody now, I guess. So just so everybody knows, my name is Lord PeteyTV. I'm on Twitch every single Monday through Friday. I usually go from 3 to 11. My wife went back to work, so I have been taking care of my son. So I've been getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it is a long day for me. I live on pretty much coffee and energy drinks. Working on trying to get a sponsorship for an energy drink. Once we end up doing that, please make sure you end up helping us out there. We have epic creator codes. Like I said, we're on Twitch Monday through Friday. We got the YouTube. Please subscribe. Hit that bell so that you can end up making sure you see when our videos come out. I try to put out 2 to 3 videos a week. It's very difficult with him running around, but we've been kind of getting it. He's at the point now where I might actually start doing it with him again. And then on top of that, make sure you guys check out lordsofgaming.net for all your gaming news. So the website I work with, we put articles up. When we end up getting keys and codes, we end up putting reviews up. You'll end up seeing them there, and also here. And then Iron Lords podcast. Those guys they do some good work on Sundays. They do a live cast and big time gaming stuff, gaming news. I end up showing up with them once in a blue moon. But yeah, there's lots going on, and we're gonna have some more sponsored streams. Like last week, we ended up having a sponsored stream for Fortnite because of Dragon Ball Z, which kind of worked out really beneficial because I'm a fan of anime, and Dragon Ball Z is kind of in my wheelhouse. So I was like, all right, that's cool. But it was good. So anyway, make sure you guys are checking us out, and I will see you all soon. And Lord PeteyTV on all the social medias. So thanks again, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and good luck on your vaults. And I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.